مرحبا. اليوم راح نتعلم الكلمات الحقيقية لبابا وماما. Today we're going to learn how to actually talk about our parents in a more normal way in Arabic. The words mama or baba are used in Arabic, but they're kind of used in a restricted context. Not quite baby talk, but not necessarily a very formal way to talk about people or family. Part of the problem with these words in Shaamy Arabic is that they are not possessible. You can't talk about possession with mama and baba in Shaamy Arabic. The possession is mostly just understood from context. You were talking about my mama or your baba, and it's very clear what we're talking about. In Egyptian, we are able to talk about baba or mama in a way that we can't do in Arabic. We can say babai and babak. But again, these are not the words that are used most often. If you do a search on Google, you're mostly going to find the words we're about to learn, not mama or baba. Or im is the word that's used most commonly for mom. It's used in both Fusha and Shaamy Arabic. In Fusha it's pronounced and like many Shaamy words, the Dhamma from Fusha turns into the Kesra in Shaamy, so it's pronounced im. Notice that it's often used as a nickname for a mother. So my son's name is Zain, and my wife could therefore be called Im Zain as a nickname, what's called a kunya. The paradigm is very straightforward. Mother, or im. Immi, immek, immik, immo, imma, imna, imkun, immun. And let's listen to Sarah say it.
Im, mother. Immi, immak, immik, immu, imma, imna, imkun, immun.
And obviously there are many examples of this word online. You can find nice calligraphy examples of people writing ummi or uhibbek ya ummi, talking about their moms for Mother's Day, which is called Eid al-Umm, not Eid Mama. Again, this is the most common way to talk about mothers. Eb is the normal way of saying dad. Just like it's usable in both Fusha and in Shaamy Arabic. Unlike which can be or im, in Shaamy and Fusha, it's always eb. But the one tricky thing about eb is it has a special property. It gets a wow when it's in a possessive construction, when it's being possessed. So when it's in an idaafa, much like the te in feminines, which become the te marbuta, which becomes te in the idaafa, eb becomes ebu. So by itself, you have ebu. But if I want to talk about myself, my kunya, my nickname, I would be Abu Zain. Now, there is one weird thing going on here, which is that my father, which in theory should be Abui, sometimes is said as Ebi, because the yeah kind of eats the wow that would normally show up. Now, there's a more complicated rule for all of these things in Fusha, but you just can't worry about that right now, so we won't. Notice that the word eb is often a part of a name or a nickname called a kunya in Arabic. So Abu Zain would be my nickname. Abu Nawas is the nickname of a very famous poet. He has a formal name, but very few people know it. They mostly know his name, Abu Nawas. The same is true for Mahmoud Abbas, who's a Palestinian leader. He goes by Abu Mazen, even in pretty formal contexts like a newspaper headline. The paradigm is pronounced like this: father, eb, ebi, or abui, abuk, abuki, abu, abua, abuna, abukun, abuun. And let's hear Sarah pronounce this also.
Ab, father. Abui, abuk, abuki, abo, abua, abuna, abukun, abuun.
Here are some nice examples of eb being used. أحبك أبي ستسيح لأبوك Abui. And on the very far right here we have a headline with Abu Mazen. Here again, talking about Mahmoud Abbas in a very formal context of an online newspaper, but his nickname is being used. Ach actually works a lot like eb. The book doesn't teach us this, but it's important to know. Just like eb, we add a wow, as if just like the tamarbuta when it's not at the end of an idaafa construction, when it's being possessed by something, usually with a pronoun. Luckily, there are only 5 words in Arabic that do this weird thing, and eb wa ach are the only ones we need to know for a really long time. As you might have noticed, when we talk about his brother, the pronunciation is a little different than we might expect. The wow just sort of gets lengthened a little bit. Now hold in mind that some dialects are a little bit different. In Lebanese Arabic, they say khay, and it changes the way that this possession paradigm works a little bit. So we'd say khayye or khayyo. Brother, ach, achi, or achui, achuk, achuki, achu, achua, achuna, achukun, achuun. And let's listen to Sarah say it also.
Ach, brother. Achui, achuk, achuki, acho, achua, achuna, achukon, achuon.
And here are some examples of the word ach being used in actual contexts. Look at the one on the far right and try to read it for a second. Achuk, walakin laysa min ummek wa abuk. Right? Someone who's your brother, but isn't actually from your parents. Right? It's a little bit formal, this way of saying this, but notice that all of these forms that we were just talking about show up in this kind of context. It's a very realistic way to use the language. Wa shukran.